Halo games have changed drastically since the very first one released in 2001. Well, in today's video, we are going over every Halo game, covering the main things about that game and which one I think is the best. So let's get right into it. Of course, starting off in 2001 with the release of Halo Combat Evolved. This is the game that would start an entire franchise and would be one of the most famous games in history. Halo 1 has a very good story to it. I feel like, especially for the time, the campaign was amazing, and also for the time, I feel like the graphics weren't that bad, especially considering what Halo started off as. Yeah, that's not a great look. I feel like the multiplayer was executed perfectly. I feel like a lot of people like that, and I don't really have anything to base it off of because obviously I wasn't around for 2001 and to compare it to the other games, but I really feel like for the time it was very, very good, and they executed it very well. Now, of course, a little later on, this game was remastered, and the remastered version honestly is amazing. It's the exact same thing, but with even better graphics. Now moving on to Halo 2, one of the, if not the most famous Halo game ever made. This is also one of my all-time favorite Halo games. The multiplayer is amazing, the story is amazing, and it's just such a fun game in all. They made some pretty major upgrades considering that now you can play as an elite and the dual wielding. Now that is one of my favorite parts of Halo 2, and I really hope that they will add this to Halo 7. I just have such a fun time playing this game, like split screens with my friends, and it is so much fun. And that really is one of the reasons why this is one of my favorite Halo games. It's just because of how much fun it is and those memories I have. It's honestly just such a great game. Obviously, this game got a remastered version too, and it is just unbelievably well done. Now, these graphics for the cutscenes are just insanely good, and I don't think anyone will argue different with me. They are some of the best, if not the best, Halo has ever put out. Now moving on to Halo 3, one of the most famous Halo games ever. It's kind of crazy that two back-to-back Halo games have done so well to be one of the most famous games in history. Halo 3 is absolutely amazing. It brought a whole new level of customization. There are so many memorable maps that are just some of the best in the entire franchise in this game. This game also has one of the most famous scenes in all of Halo and even in just video games period, which obviously is the Arbiter and Master Chief. Then, of course, we have Halo 3 ODST. Now, if you know me, you know I love the ODSTs in Halo. They are my favorite kind of Spartan, and this game is very, very well done. I think the graphics are very, very good, and it really just all works out with the game perfectly. Of course, the music is just absolutely amazing. It also introduces that iconic SMG, which is also one of my favorite Halo guns ever. This game just kind of gives off like a certain vibe that the other Halo games don't, and I think it just works out perfectly. Then, of course, we come to Halo Reach. This is one of the most famous Halo games ever. I feel like I've said that a lot, but it really is. So many of these older Halo games are just so famous because of how good they are, and sadly, I can't say the same about the newer ones. The storyline in this game is just amazing, and the armor for this game also is very well done. I feel like it really just fits the kind of feel that Halo Reach has. The characters for this game were designed perfectly to fit in with this story, and I feel like it's just a very, very good game overall. This game is also very similar to Halo 3 ODST in the way that it does not follow Master Chief's story. It focuses on another team of Spartans. Master Chief does show up in this game, and honestly, the armor for Master Chief is very different, but it is very cool. It fits in with that same style armor that Noble Team has, and it honestly just works. Obviously, for this game, there are new weapons included and new styles for weapons, such as the assault rifle. It got a new upgrade compared to the older Halo games. This is also the same style of assault rifle that we see in Halo Infinite. Now moving on to Halo 4. This game is completely different to the older Halo games. First off, Master Chief got an entirely new set of armor, along with the other Spartans as well, and just the graphics itself changed so much. Now, a lot of people were very mad about this because it's such a big jump. Also, 343, I believe this was the first game that 343 kind of like had the head of, and I feel like it just didn't give a good start to that. A lot of people absolutely hate this game because of the storyline, the gameplay, just everything, all the lore, and yeah. I know I'm going to get a lot of comments down below trying to change my mind about this, but personally, I think Halo 4 wasn't really that bad. At least it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be terrible, and I was pleasantly surprised. I thought the gameplay was actually very fun, and personally, I just thought that it was just a very fun game to play through. Now, I do see people's points, and I will say there are some things in this game that really just don't make much sense to me. Like, it doesn't explain the magic that the librarian gave to Master Chief to protect him from the Didact, and that really confused me, like, why they didn't explain, like, what that was, how it saved him, unless if I'm just missing something, but I do not recall there being any explanation for that. Also, the ending of it didn't really make much sense to me either. Like, I wish we could have just, like, killed the Didact instead of it being just a weird cutscene. I personally just didn't really care for that at all. I feel like just those last scenes were just very dry and didn't really have much story behind it, and it just never really explained it, and it just doesn't make much sense to me. Now, I do think that the graphics were great, the gameplay was fun, and I personally think that Halo 4 isn't as bad as what people make it out to be. Now, that besides the point that there are a lot of things that just don't really make much sense, and I definitely could see why people don't really like this one, but personally, to me anyways, it's not that bad. Halo 5 just, I don't know, it's really just about the same to me. It's not really anything special of a campaign. Honestly, I didn't really care for it that much. Wait, no, now that I think about it, I actually don't even know if I completed the whole thing, but from what I played a good bit of it, and I didn't really care for it that much. Now, I will say, I have played a lot of the multiplayer, and the multiplayer is very fun. There are some good weapons, including the Saw, which is also in Halo 4. The Saw is literally my favorite weapon in Halo history. I just absolutely love that weapon. I didn't really care for the customization either. Like, at least to me, it just feels a little confusing and, like, hard to understand, like, how to actually get things. And, yeah, so I just didn't really care for it. Then, of course, we come to Halo Infinite, my personal favorite Halo game in the franchise. Now, I know a lot of people hate Halo Infinite, but personally, I love it. I think that it has the best multiplayer. However, it has terrible customization. The customization is absolutely awful. And that's something I really hope that they fix with Halo 7 is customization, because it's pretty bad. But I will say the multiplayer is very fun, and it is without a doubt the one that I am best at. This is without a doubt the Halo game I've played the most of, and I think it's good. But I will say the campaign is just kind of confusing, and I don't think I'm the only one that thinks that. It's not too easy to follow along with, and I don't know. I honestly didn't really care for it that much. Now, I will say it is kind of cool that they kind of went back towards more of the older style of Master Chief armor. Now, personally, I really like this armor. I also really like the Halo 4 and 5 style armor. I kind of wish that they would put more of that in Halo Infinite. Well, they have been recently, but if you watch my last video, you would know how I feel about that. So if you haven't, make sure you go check that one out. And then obviously the weapon is just like a knockoff Great Value brand Cortana that honestly I just don't think is as good. Now, obviously, Halo Infinite has changed a ton since it first released, and obviously it has changed for the better. The customization, while it is still terrible, has gotten much better with, like, the cross-core stuff, you know. And they've added so many more maps, and I just think that they've upgraded it. At least they've tried to make it a little bit better. Now, obviously, there's still a lot of people that are very mad at Halo, and I can see what they're talking about, but I've also got to take better for being better, you know, like the updates that are actually good for adding on to the game to be better. And now they're still putting out updates that are not very good. You can't always count on there being good updates. But yes, so I'm very excited for Halo 7. I'm also kind of skeptical on whether it's going to be really good or really bad, and I feel like that it has potential to be really good, but then again, the more I think about it, it's just kind of such a big jump, especially like with the graphics, that I'm kind of scared on what they're going to do with it. But yeah, so leave your comments down below on what you think will happen with Halo 7. Leave a comment down below on which Halo game is your favorite and what you like about the other games, or maybe even what you don't like about the other games. If you have any questions that maybe I can answer in the next video or in upcoming videos, make sure to leave your comments down below, and I'd love to hear what you got to say. Whatever you say, though, in the comments down below, please make sure that it is positive and safe for everyone to read. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe down below if you enjoyed this one. I have so many coming very, very soon. You don't want to miss them. But that's it for today, and I'll see you guys next time.